Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, replay crew. How is everyone? Cece, good to see you. Fish Capades, hello. First, congrats. Mm. Hello, June. Jeff Payne, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, been quite a week, quite a time. It's cold again. I had the money and did not spend it. I still have it, so I could still spend it on a sink for inside my garage. And I find myself in the situation after being sick for the past, like, but I started feeling bad Sunday. So Monday and Tuesday were right out. And I'm starting to feel myself this afternoon. So I'm all showered up. I feel as good as I can feel. You know what I mean? Like, it was a doozy. I assume I had the flu. I don't know. But right now, running guidelines are if you're 3 days without fever, which I never ran a fever, you're good. So happy birthday, Aquafunk and Garcia Aquatics. I love it, Biz. Give me more, buddy. Spam away. Everybody just revel in it. Look at this. It's a love of the date of somebody's birth. You know what I mean? Yes, it's every day. Why? I don't know. You know what I mean? But anybody who tells me I can't, come on now. What am I going to do? Am I going to back down? I can't back down. Mark, good to see you. Lobster Lab. Love the guppy fish, right? I've got a sea of freaking plecos over here on the left hand side of the screen. I've got rainbow glass beads in it. It's how the tank came when I rescued it. By the way, shout out to Angel in Austin. You know who you are. You gave me four tanks and a bunch of food, and I split it up with my crew because I was the head of my crew down the street. I had three boys down the block that were into fish keeping as well, so they love to come over here and goof around. And they were like, "Oh man, I always wanted to try this," and I was like, "Take it home. Tell me what you think." So it was fun for all of us to try products and things like that. Uh, I think it's good not to waste. She was getting out of the hobby, but she is back in, ladies and gentlemen. Um, she texted me the other day asking about coolie loaches that I think there's five, and they go crazy. Like, she was keeping the tank so much better than I am keeping it. Like, she had these beautiful lotuses in there, and like they just deteriorated under my care. I was not fertilizing at all. I'm scared of fertilizing. And all of my easy to grow plants, like all five that I keep, my five main ones that are doing well, you know what I mean? Like, they really don't need anything, you know what I mean? So like, they're a great staple. Like, put it in your tank, you know what I mean? Like, good luck controlling tiger bow is all I gotta say. Although I wonder if it goes so crazy in softer water, because my water is considered hard. But I wonder if, like, in the Pacific Northwest, tiger valve doesn't do as well. But I mean, like, it's such a voracious plant, like in my water right now. I mean, it could slow it down, but then it would still be a fast growing plant. Because once it takes hold, it just really goes. Let's see if we can get some more light on this situation. Scully boy, fish capades. Fishy Biz, man, you haven't been to my live stream in a while, son. You know what I mean? Like, I had to get your attention, man. I needed you to come see me. I love it, buddy. What's cracking? What's cracking? All right, hold on. All right, let's try this. Better, right? That's better. Okay, yeah. Well, let's start the madness. Some Ken's Basic Green Flake. The Angels don't like it. This one, the label got wet, so I can't tell you what it is, but it's the mini. It's the mini veggie pellets. But yeah, we got a lot of youngsters in there. Yeah, I have plenty of food still. Like, I'm like just getting ready to break into the Keystone Clash. Like, I got Vibra Bites in there. I got all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna be feeding a eclectic mix for a few days. I got more flake incoming. Um, I'm gonna try that aquarium co-op. Not the magic small, the one above that. I'm gonna try that out, see how everybody likes it. I might need something smaller for the guppies. Like, it's so funny, their mouths are so little, you know what I mean? Like, compared to their size. And like mollies uh are bigger than guppies anyway, but their mouth size compared to their body is still bigger, I think. But it surprises me, like the guppies, like how small they are. So like, I don't know. Okay, Fish Capade, you're using the community pellet. Yeah, man, I'm trying it out. I was I'm showing my wife like the difference in prices, like on fish foods and stuff like that. And like, she has she has told me that she is all right with me with me telling her opinions in her stead, because she wants by no means to participate in any way, but she talks so much crap about the FX6. And and this week she was talking so much crap about Dr. Basilier's food. And it was hilarious to me because like, she's not really like a fish person at all, you know what I mean? Like, from the jump, you know what I mean? But like, she is outspoken, like, what the hell is that? Like, no. And then like, I explained to her, I was like, Dr. Basilier's is probably like some of the most expensive food that I've bought. You know what I mean? And you have to learn about Dr. Basilier's in order to buy in order to know about it. She's never heard of Dr. Basilier's like at all, knows nothing about it. You know what I mean? And like, feeds what I provide to the fish room. She chooses out of the stuff that's around. You know what I mean? Like, she's not interested. But she was like, I'll go on public record, that and the FX6. And I was like, that's so awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna do some bits about my wife hates my FX6, you know what I mean? And like her complaints, you know what I mean? Like, and the complaints about the Dr. Basilier's food. And honestly, the food that I have drops right down to the bottom. And I don't know whether all of them do that, but also it's got like the little spoon and it's super dense. So I mean, like, it's very nutritious. So if you put too much of it, it is going to like funk up like pretty good. But it's good stuff, and it's fish food that like actually smells like edible. You know what I mean? Like the shrimp sticks, like, I think there's I think there's like some garlic in there and some other stuff, you know what I mean? But it just makes it smell like really good. It's like, yeah, man, I would eat that. Use the small fish feed for your medaka, shrimp and guppies, and fry in general. Yeah. Yeah, I bought 3 or 4 things, and I like them, and I like it. But I'll probably just have like one bottle of it and then just like buy them probably all in rotation. If I had two, it would be because I'm buying the shrimp sticks, because those shrimp sticks are great for my Corys as well. This is shrimp sticks. It's, yeah, it's a treat. You know what I mean? It's like crude protein 16.5. crude fiber 16.5. So yeah, yeah, it's for the shrimp. So, but they freaking eat it up. So yeah, they can't they can't live exclusively on that. You know what I mean? But like, hey man, everybody gets a cheeseburger every now and then. Oh yeah, man. No, the glasses have totally grown on her, and she notices them more now that she just got her new glasses in the mail. So yeah, we are doing the bare minimum to be participating. We have prescription lenses. You know what I mean? It's just like I got like two other things I got to do this year. Well, three. I got to go to a dentist too. Oh, cool, fish capades. I didn't even see that, but I wasn't even in the shrimp area. I was buying staples, and I needed more test strips because I think mine are about to expire or have expired. But I'm going to use the new strips to test the old strips and do it side by side. And then if the old strips aren't active anymore, I'll start on the new strips. I've got the Dr. Basilier's shrimp sticks, and those are the ones that smell really good. And then I have, I've used Shrimp Envy in the past. I like that. Like I just have two colonies of shrimp, and I'm pretty sure the blue's gone. There might be one in there, but and the yellow, I'm not sure. I just added water to it today. Um, and we'll see what happens. But the yellows were doing pretty good, but the both tanks were overgrown, and the one with the blue did not have substrate. So I think I let moss grow too thick in there and then suffocate itself. And then that might have made the water unsuitable for the shrimp. I'm not sure though, but that's definitely a possibility of what could have happened because I've been so hands off with them. The other thing is not regular water changes. So I did not do well with that. But does everybody see what I'm talking about? Like how many freaking bristle noses I have in that freaking tank right there? Like that, the fact that this tank works like is amazing to me. It gets a weekly water change. In the past 6 months, I'd have to say it was every 2 weeks. And I would do a 50% water change on it. But like it survived and everything is thriving. And because there's so much in there that we feed that tank heavily and we might not be overfeeding it by much because of how many mouths are in there. So, but I need to thin that tank out. And then the one next to it is just like a mass of guppy grass and hornwort. And it looks like some tiger val is back there in the back somewhere that has made its way forward in a spectacular way and is pressing that last one against the front glass. So it's just making a run for it. And that is full of the Moscow guppies as well. And there's just uncontrolled breeding going on in there. There's colors in the tails of a lot of the males and stuff like that. Like I actually, if I want to do something with them, I've got to like select males and like get some babies off to the side and get some females grown up. But don't know what I'm doing with that. And it wouldn't be hard for me to track down, probably through vibes, like who the guppy lady is that I bought these from. Because she's in the San Antonio area and Vibes has been rocking with them. And she came to uh, a aquarium event in Austin. She's got guppy earrings on. So yeah, anybody in the Central Texas area probably knows her. She's probably been doing this for 30 years plus, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to tell a lady's age, and even when you can, it's not polite. You know what I mean? But I would say she's as old as I am. All right, joy of fish keeping. Good luck out there, nurse brother. Skull. Who else? I haven't been looking at the chat. I've been rambling. So fish capades. Yeah, what shrimp sticks do I use? That's where I left off. Oh, GNC. Doing great. Got the tanks in the garage lit up. My future fish room is coming along and it makes me happy. Man, that's all I want for anybody, really. I mean, like, I'm really happy in the garage. I think I take it for granted a lot of the time, but I don't know, man. I got I got mental stuff. I think everybody does. You know what I mean? It's just like, whoo. But when I do get out here, I do lose track of time and start playing with plants and have a good time. I guess I am going to walk around and show you guys some things. Maybe in a half hour or so, we'll let these guys like do their thing. I even feed that tank next door, or did I just feed the one? I think I just fed the one like a dork. Let me show you the population of this tank. Yeah, man, I got stuff in there. Yeah, man, we got Vibra bites. Let me feed you. Let's see. Let me try this. Um, yeah, so I wanted to show you guys this. I wish it would focus. But there's a couple of rosy barbs in there. I don't know whether you guys can see that or not. So I moved 2 female rosy barbs in here, and we'll fatten them up and give them places to look at that Java moss I pulled out of this tank over here. Here's my failed Wallstead method. It's very dirty. I'm just cutting it. I'm just cutting at it, like trying to see some stuff. Like it's pretty bad. But I mean, like if you look at the top of it, though, I mean, like it's a veritable jungle. Like I pulled out all of that moss back there. It's crazy. So I put 2 females there, and then I'll put 2 females in here. We'll let them breed, and then we'll pull out the parents. Which begs the question, which of these boys gets a chance? So I just go with the biggest and darkest ones, the tank leaders. Should I judge more on like fin shape or something else? And I've got 2 females in a 20, and I've got 2 females in a 10. How many males should I add? And for how long? I mean, these are just basic research things that I need to do as a fish keeper. You know what I mean? But like, we've got them on the fat. We're getting them on the fattening them up before we go. Hold on, I left the door open to the living room. Give me a sec. I'm sure I'm already talking too loud for my wife who's trying to sleep anyway, but it's all good. Hang on. It's a little junky. Welcome to Mike's garage. Take a little front camera action if you don't mind. Bap. So I missed somebody discovering Fry. Uh, Show and telling. Hello, Stephen P. Shoot, I'm okay now. Like I was sick and irritable, like for a few days. Like that's how I spent my time off. You know what I mean? Like I usually do it laying around and doing nothing. This time I laid around and didn't do anything. It felt horrible. So I much prefer my lazy week. So we got to get on the other side of it. I have been more active. Like even this week is pretty good, and I've only done things since about like noon today. But I never lost my appetite, so recovery should be good. Jeff Cullum, welcome, welcome, hello. Bougie, bougie bitch fish. Yes, I was like, man, should I just go loud? You know what I mean? And I decided to go loud. And I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, what's funny is people, I don't see that many people in my daily life, and the ones that I have seen have not said anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know whether they just don't look me in the eye or whether they, you know what I mean? It seems odd to me, but that's been funny. You know what I mean? Because some people do and some people don't. Like if you see them, you see them. You know what I mean? Like they might have been scared to say anything. I mean, like they are kind of shocking, but I was like, they're glasses. They go on your face. You know what I mean? Like why not be ridiculous about it? I love my crazy sunglasses. You know what I mean? So it's not like I haven't done this sort of behavior with glasses before. You know what I mean? I have like yeah, it doesn't bother you either way. I mean, like, yeah, at the end of the day, they're on my face. They're helping me see. You know what I mean? Like, what does it matter? But I'm a big fan of peacocking. Why not? Have a silly hat or have a weird colored backpack or you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, I've always been super loud. Like, it's embarrassing, really. And like, my family is like, it's crazy, man. I was with them at Thanksgiving. It's just like everybody just talks over each other. It is cacophony in there. It was crazy. Like I didn't realize like how much I had been just spending time with myself and like hanging out with people online. Like man, it was like it gave me a little bit of anxiety. It was a lot. Even the class this year was different than last year for me. You know what I mean? Like hanging out with crowds wise. It was yeah, it was kind of weird. But at the Clash, it's like even on the days when the vendor room is at its fullest and stuff like that, like there's plenty of room to walk around. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like crushing at all. The only place that I've ever encountered that was like at Aquashella. It can be a little bit overwhelming. But also one of the years I was down there in Dallas, like the AC wasn't working or it wasn't working well enough or it was like half working and like it got pretty freaking hot. And so like with as many people were in there and stuff like that, like it did get a little overwhelming on like Saturday, but you just post up somewhere, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, man, that is true. I mean, just to like accessorize the logo that I have, you know what I mean? I like switch it up every once in a while. It's the same logo, but like if I ever get different glasses, we'll put those glasses on them. Tonight on my thumbnail, I put icicles. I put icicles on Phineas. Oh, Stephen P, it is going to be great. I am very excited about it. It's gonna be a special time. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be a wedding, dog. What? Like, I mean, you can't take that like fish community vibe that you get there. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of love and a lot of community. You know what I mean? And then yeah, man. And then like, yeah, two special people dear to my heart. You know what I mean? Like, through this internet, like web community that we have. Yeah, man. Gonna be great. Yeah, I would really not want to miss it. You know what I mean? So already good. I booked my room. Uh, yeah, wouldn't want to miss it. Gonna be more expensive than last year, but hey, didn't we all know that already? You know what I mean? Like, we knew that. You know what I mean? Like, so hopefully I can bounce a good airline price again. Hopefully it's not too much more. But Vibes and I could road trip it too, because we could take 2 days getting back and 2 days getting there. I don't know why they could take that much time off of work and just not fly. But I don't know, man. That's 24 hours one way. That's a long drive. As much as I dislike flying it, and I do like getting there. There's a train option, but I think the train stops like a ways away from. I think I can only get so far. I'd definitely be in the state, but then I'd have to figure something out from there. But I've never ridden a train before. I don't know whether I would like that. It's only one way to find out. Oh yeah, Stephen P. It's people to the max. Yeah, sleeper. It's pretty freaking nasty, bro. It's just like super super windy. So it's cold and really really windy. Like, there's still raindrops frozen on all of the lawn. Got some rain. We got some rain right before it came in. I haven't had to go anywhere, so, and I was sick. I wouldn't go anywhere anyway. So, but my wife wasn't complaining about it, so the streets must have been fine most of the time. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, we're getting treated unfairly by the cold. Vibes and I are upset. But we're little girls when it comes to cold temperature because shoot, man, like we just don't experience it. And most of the time when we experience cold here, it's also raining. So not freezing temperatures with like the moisture count that high. I mean, like it just gets in your jacket. You know what I mean? It's a different cold. But I mean, like we experience super high temperatures and drought most of the time. My nose has really started stuffing up. But yeah, it's definitely my vote for meeting the most people. And because it's in Pennsylvania and stuff like that, it's like uh Skipper, Latoya, like that's like their clubs, I think. I know Latoya is a member of the club. One of the two. There's two. There's Lancaster and York. Yeah, Stephen P. But it's been biting cold, man. Like I don't remember this many 27s as we've had in a row years wise. But Stephen P, I'm seeing you with some sort of apparatus coming out the back of your shirt that has like a shower curtain ring at the top, and then you just close it. It's just like, and you just stand there. It's your own little isolation chamber. You could just go lean up against the wall and like just take a chill out. That's all right, Jeff. There's still plenty of hair, man. There's still plenty of hair to go around. It's a good event, man. Yeah, there's people into everything. Like there was a nice amount of really nice house plants this year that I liked a lot as well. I thought that was cool. I think that's a good pairing, just like reptiles. You know what I mean? Like at a fish show and stuff like that. It's just like I don't mind seeing awesome snakes. You know what I mean? Like my niece is really into it. So that's been pretty cool. That's what I like to see. GNC Aquatics and Jeff are doing great. Oh yeah, a button that operates a miniature window. Yeah, the divider in the limo. I love it. I love it. I need another cup of coffee, folks. Give me a sec. What? Bam. Yes, sir. Sweet Acres Koi Farm. I'm glad that you have been here and been listening and part of the community. I love that we hold space across national lines, state lines, county lines, city lines, across continents, oceans, off of satellites, around the moon, back again. I think it is really interesting. I think that there's power in it, and I'm glad y'all are here. And to the replay crew, I'm glad you're here as well. If you're this far into it, obviously, like you're into the stream of consciousness, bounce aroundedness of this live stream. I'm glad you like it. Welcome to the witching hour. It's 11:50 Central Time Zone in the ATX. Me and my red glasses are coming to you through the screen. Everybody take a breath and ignore the chatter in your brain. Just be, share with the group. What's everybody thinking about out there? If somebody's having a weird thought, just throw it out there. Let's hear. Let's see where this goes. Well, thank you, Stephen. I'm able to do it for about an hour and a half every week. Plus, sporadically while I'm at work. You know what I mean? It takes a little bit more effort, but if you try to have a good time, I just got to ignore the negative. You know what I mean? Like, you can't pay attention to it. It's just not worth it. Don't let it win. You know what I mean? Just like ignore that. If I don't give it my attention, or then I'm not giving it any power. You know what I mean? It's just like I respectfully declined. I don't want no drama. I'll still talk crap in a stream, but mostly about birthdays that may or may not be real. You know what I mean? Like I try to keep it relatively low key. I'm not saying I haven't offended people. Probably have. But yeah, I mean, like I try to control my trollish tendencies and be silly with it. I try not to be mean or hurtful. I mean, like it's hard at times. You know what I mean? Like I'm impish. You know what I mean? To deny that I am that is to deny, like part of myself. You know what I mean? It's just like I also try to be very kind. You know what I mean? Like I don't know which one you're gonna see. You know what I mean? Like pick your point, pick your poison. Come back. Try again later. But yeah, yeah, Stephen. I would call it meditation. I mean, like, or mindfulness, like all of those sorts of things. You know what I mean? Is like kind of how I operate. And putting your hands in fish tanks and pulling at the plants and cutting the leaves off of plants and putting them in some gravel. You know what I mean? Like neatening up. You know what I mean? Like changing the water, like all of that. You can lose track of time, and you lose track of time because you're in the moment. Because time is like future and past and now. And really, if you could just be now, you know what I mean? Like all the rest of that doesn't matter. The future doesn't matter. Past isn't now either. So, like, whatever. Yeah, Stephen P. It takes a little bit more effort. And I'm telling you right now, mistakes will be made. You know what I mean? Like, Sweet Acres Koi Farms. Yeah, I did that. I haven't been. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a handful of times, like a month. You know what I mean? But like, it's been happening weekly for like, I don't know, 2 weeks now, 2 weeks in a row. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like I'm waking up a little bit. I've been lethargic and whatnot, and I think that I'm coming out of some sort of like paralysis type resting something or another. I don't know. I don't pretend to know, but I'm becoming more interested in my tanks, and I've been like fooling around in them, and I feel like I have like some sort of like momentum going with that. So it's pretty cool fooling around and finding out. Between the eyes, forehead, they need out of this 75 gallon, still too cold. All right, I'm not putting together like something got changed in there. Oh yeah, Jeff. They're real. I mean, like they're on the natural side. They're real gritty, especially that really overpopulated tank right there. That tank gets dirty. But at 780p, you know what I mean? Like 780p takes a lot of the algae off the glass, so to speak. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, it's been fun, and I've had my hands in more tanks, so my tanks are looking better than they have in a long time, and mostly it's just pulling plants out of there. Um, but yeah, in person, like there's plenty of moam and all that, all that gritty stuff. You know what I mean? Like somebody who likes a real clean tank and real sharp, clear water. Like I get that. I get that after like the day after the water change, there's a magic day there. But like I'd say within 3 days again, it's like it's dusty. You know what I mean? Like, but the sand really does a good job, and it all gathers at different places and stuff like that. And I can actually gravel back it out of there with like pretty little problems. Now it's rough in some of these tanks that have like so many babies in them and stuff like that, but if I do those first, I can look in the bucket in the look at the return and like grab anybody that got sucked up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's true, Jeff. I think that is where like our likes in our tanks and stuff like that. I do believe that there is an overlap there. Vibes would tell you the same, but I haven't ever been over to Vibes' place and seen his tanks in person and stuff like that. But I feel like Vibes likes a little bit neater than I do. But he might disagree with me on that. That's something that we can talk about when we get together. I guess we're going to get together online because I'm not going anywhere. GNC, about that time for you. See you later. See you later, dude. One more minute in the day. And we're in the witching hour now, man. Good night, sir. Sabactison. I don't know that one. I think I might have some old microbe lift. I'll check the expiration date on it, but I think I have some here that I acquired at some point. But yeah, I haven't really used any of those products or anything like that. I'm a pretty hands-off guy in my tanks. It overall, I would say, and that's done me well. But I mean, like I started with really easy plants, and I haven't. So I'm like working on getting on the next stage of plants, adding some more complexity, maybe starting to fertilize on a regular basis. Um, and fish wise, I'm looking to move away from live bearers into some egg scatterers and stuff like that. But I have plans for the summertime and stuff like that. Having some nice, having a couple of nice planters with plants coming out of it, like the oh what like the barrel, like the half barrel, so it's kind of low. What that thing was like 50 gallons, maybe? No, not 50, 25. It was like 25 gallons. I might do some stuff like that, have some plants um on the edge and put all of my male guppy and endlers outside, not to breed them, just to look pretty. And yeah, I think I was going to do all male endlers in the 10 gallon that's going to go in the television set. I just love saying it. I don't know whether I'll ever get that project done. I promptly brought it in and peeled a bunch of the varnish off of the top and sides of it, and then I put plastic and a towel over it, and I filled two 10-gallon tanks and put it on top. So that's where we're at. And it's been like that for 6 months. Okay, so yeah, it's so all types of antifungal and internal bacterial dropsy. Oh yeah, no, there's so many bougie fish. I think that I may have had a cardinal tetra at one point in time, but it was on a whim and it died within like days, I'm sure. It might have lasted a week, I don't know, but not long. Um, but other than that, I don't think that I mean, in all actuality, I don't think I've had any tetras. I haven't since I started the hobby like 5 years ago. Because as a kid it was sporadic and I was all about reptiles. I was all about going down to the creek and getting a turtle and it freezing on the back porch. So like it was a summertime thing, you know what I mean? And I got a couple turtles from pet stores when I was a kid, but I never had an aquarium. Like I said, I might have tried in high school, but it didn't go. So like it was a failed attempt, you know what I mean? Like I didn't keep the tank for 6 months even. I doubt it. I probably only had the tank for 3 months, you know what I mean? Like I bet that was a stunning combo. I still have my wife said she saw three. I've only seen two, but my wife said she saw three at once the other day when she was messing around. So they're out there in the cold right now, still surviving. I think I bought 20 of them, and I got them from ABC Kinney. Um, and yeah, I have three of them that I know of, like still remaining, and I never fed that pond. There were plenty of bugs that got in the pond and stuff like that, and they didn't do well. You know what I mean? But they didn't die either. So I just like left that like a pond, and I had it aerated with sponge filter in it, but I never changed the sponge filter. I only topped it off, and then the outdoor uh aerator that I was using was a Tetra one, and it started buzzing. So my wife unplugged it. So then it was just pond after that, and it's like grown in with lots of algae. I'll just pull the algae out. Um, but I have uh, is it a lotus? Yeah, No, it's a lily. Yeah, I've got 3 lilies. One of them's doing really well. The other two are surviving. They put out leaves. They didn't put out many pads last year. But I've got 200-gallon stock tubs on my back porch. Sunburst platy sound awesome. Yeah, no, the blue stars are nice. I've got 2 different strains of uh Idler right now, and I honestly don't want either culture, and like they're like in the hundreds. So I mean, does anybody think that Endlers with like no special designation to them whatsoever, probably mixed? You know what I mean? Like, do you think that they're even worth like trying to put up on an auction? Probably not, right? So you did pare your guppies down from like 8 varieties to just 3, and out of those 3, I have one that I'll continue to work. Yeah, yeah. Like I've never even worked guppies. You know what I mean? Like I just let them overpopulate the tank and I overfeed. That's you know what I mean? Like and like yeah. I mean that's perfectly lovely level to experience the hobby at. You know what I mean? But it might be fun to like pick the boys and girls and put them together. But that takes several tanks to do that anyway. So there would be a finite amount of strains that you could mess with. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, true that. Sleeper barbecue. All you have is Ikex and Malachite. All right. I mean, that takes care of pretty much everything outside the fish, right? I mean, do either of those like help the inside of the fish? I know it's better to get the medication on the food and have them eat it. That's the best way, but some of those antibiotics work on internal stuff as well. If you, if I could just finish updating my freaking fish room, I'd have their tanks organized at least. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jeff, I was with um I was with Fish Room Fever, so this was not last year, possibly the year before. Maybe the year before that. I don't know. He was been at a couple that I've been at. Um he uh he was going by and he was picking up some endlers because there were some endlers that had pink on them. And he was like, yeah, I hadn't seen that, so I was gonna go pick those up. So he dropped off. I was with my niece, I think. We were like walking around and whatnot, and he was like, I gotta go pick those up. I was like, yeah, man, go get them. Some flame endlers. George RB3, welcome, welcome, buddy. Hey, man, I'm doing better too, bud. That's what it's all about, man. Patch it up, keep moving. Woo! It was a rough week for me, dude. I know you've been going through some stuff too, buddy. So, welcome in. Leave your cares at the door if you care to, man. Like, we're just hanging out, we're vibing. Yeah. Well, let's see what I can do. Uh, let's see if that works. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I've worked back about a third of the tank, I'd say. Yeah, I've worked back a third of the tank. The whole rest of the tank, 2/3 back on that 20-gallon long we're looking at, is still jungle. But that is my Gambusia population. Need to look up in my book which type of Gambusia I have. There's like 3 different kinds, if I'm retelling it right. But the collection point is Brushy Creek, UT campus. So yeah, it's the only fish that I have that has a location with it, and I did collect it myself. So yeah, man, pretty happy. That's a trip, man. My my Mr. Cool just stopped working, and there is a DF on the unit itself. That's not good. So I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on again. Let's start with the simple, right? Says it's at 80 degrees Fahrenheit over here, so I think we're all right. Just turned it off. Well, it seems to be working again. There's so much going on. I love it. Trying to tune back in. Yep, yep. Oh, June, you're using the snails for food, yeah? So yeah, you need it as yeah, you need it as soon as possible. June, will your puppers eat frozen or no? Yeah, it'd be really expensive. But of course, snails aren't very big either, so it depends on how big a package you're trying to send overnight. But still, as soon as you put overnight on it, it's so much more expensive. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that is a question. Are there frozen snails? I mean, I would think so. They've got frozen oysters. I don't. It's 2025. Isn't everything a thing? You just type it into Google and there it is. You know, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many people. It's just like surely somebody's freezing snails and being like, "Yo, man, feed your puppers some of this." I mean, honestly, I just don't have that many ram's horns anymore. My Malaysian trumpet snails have taken over every tank. There's only one. There's only one tank with ram's horns only in it, and that one is actually no. There's trumpet snails in there now, but the ram's horns are doing well in the 20-gallon tank. It's underneath my goldfish tank. One of my two barb babe tanks. Oh, they only sent you 50. Yeah, Jeff, if you don't mind her feeding your snails to you could, yeah, you could supply June. You know what I mean, with some snails, man. I would do 3 to 5 days and insulate the box, man. The snails would be fine. There we go, man. Because yeah, that's how I'm controlling my snail populations, and I'm not right now, but is just by trapping them and then putting them into a Thunderdome tank that I float plants in. There you go, June. That's awesome, man. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. Community, community. Oh yeah, snail hookup. It's what dreams are made of. But yeah, there's no telling what's in that Wallstead tank that I got going on. There could be all kinds of snails in there. I got a whole jungle ecosystem going on in there. And there's what rainbow. Oh my goodness, I can't think of their name right now. I got them from Dave Farrell. I got it from the Farrell fish family. Crebensis, that's what it is. Look at me. Look at me remembering stuff. There you go, CC. Yeah, exactly. Like if we've got, like snail populations and stuff like that, if we can get enough of them together to send to somebody that needs them for their puffers. Like, that's the type of community stuff that we should be doing with each other. If you have extra of one thing in your fish room and somebody else needs them, like, why not? It seems like a good deal. Oh, my nose is stuffed up. I gotta do all my water changes. I have set it up so that all I have to do is push water out the garage door real quickly and dump it, and then I'm going to bring the bucket back in here, and I have a hose, and I'm going to attach it to the spigot on the back of the washing machine. I'm going to disconnect the washing machine. That's how I'm going to do my water changes tonight. But everybody could use a water change, so you know what I mean. Like, I can get water from a spigot that's not frozen. So we all do what we got to do with the weather, what it is. But that should keep me up for another couple hours, and then I can go to sleep before work. I'd sleep all day, or as long as I can. If I get up early, I'll have a sandwich, catch an afternoon stream if I can. But you know, I mean, gots to go to work. My koi, are you talking about Peaches, my comic goldfish? Are you thinking about Vibes? Vibes has koi. Oh, my koi angels. Yeah, man. They're doing good. Here, let me share. Jethro is doing his best to protect his lady, Abraham Lincoln, who you can see just behind him. He doesn't necessarily approve of what's going on in here right now. But if I put my hand inside the tank, he would rush to get out of there. And who is that? That's Jafar in the next tank over, doing the slow walk away. And that is one of my cloudier tanks right now. But I've got bottom feeders in there, and they rough up all that aqua soil and make the water all murky. But it's definitely got a green tinge to it. But yeah, man, they're looking good. I'd like to breed these two. They lay eggs, but I don't have the right water conditions for the eggs to hatch. My water's too hard. So the eggs break on them, or they're eating them. But I think they probably just rupture when they're moving them around. So the eggs can't work in my water. But I would like to have a bunch of baby angels just once. I have an empty 30-gallon. Yeah, no, they're very beautiful fish. I can look up in my email if anybody's interested, and let you know who the breeder who donated these to Dan's Fish. He was on Good Gills, but I got 6 juveniles, and like they're great. They all got pigment on their face, covering up some of the koi traits, and the wild stripe is still a little bit uh in the body and stuff like that. So I was told that these guys are considered gold marbles, would be the best way to say it. But all the koi genes are like in there, you know what I mean? So might get a couple out of breeding. I don't know. But I love them just the way they are. I'd never kept angels before. I don't know what I'm doing. First thing I said was, I'm going to do live bears and I'm not going to do cichlids. So then I won cichlids on Dan's Fish. You know what I mean? Like, as life happens to you as a hobbyist. But these guys are hilarious and moody. Like, they'll act like I'm beating on them. Like, they'll swim to the other end of the tank and flail at the surface of the water. And I'm like, guys, nobody is hurting you right now. But, you know, the fish room's pretty quiet most of the time. So they just get spooked. But I'm only bothering them like once a week when I'm doing the water changes. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pull all the duckweed. Well, not all of it, obviously, but I'll pull the majority of the duckweed off of the top, and I will drain the tank and add more water. I don't usually do any substrate suctioning or anything like that. Like, the whole thing is overgrown with Siswasser tank. So one of the two tanks that your husband can see it, he says that they're mean. They are, dude. Yeah, man, they're kind of dicks to each other. When I had them all together and stuff like that, like the males would like lip lock and like show aggression and stuff like that, and then they'd lay eggs on one of the leaves. They were in that 40 breeder that the barbs are in now. Um, but yeah, they were a mess. So I split them all out, and I lost one in the process. So Jafar is a female without a mate. So I have a female that I can rotate in and out of. So I have 3 females and 2 males, but I let them pick each other. But uh, Mike Tyson is one of the females, and she's like she paired up with all 3 of the males, and she did not like hanging out with Mr. T, and Mr. T was the one I lost. But I got them all as I got 6 juveniles and ended up with 3 males and 3 females, and I gave them all boy names, knowing that it would get weird, and it is. But I don't apologize for it. I get to name them. It's fun. There's Abraham Lincoln showing her best side. You can see the beard in black. And And Jethro has like two dark stripes coming up underneath his chin, so it's like he's got big old jowls. He's got black jowls. But they sure do have a whole lot of red on them, and they sure do show up nice against that green of the Siswasser tank. It's yeah, they're a dream. I like them a lot. Yeah, the angels move in such a weird way, like they're guided on wires or something. You know what I mean? It's more like because it's hard to see front uh their front fins are so long and see through and stuff like that that they just stop on a dime and they like hover. It's real alien looking. This is the favorite of the fish that I have of my mom. My mom says that she likes these guys the best. She likes the look of those. Jeff Helm. No, man. Yeah. Didn't see one. Didn't see one like the. I did go with the pigment and coloration on their faces for names and stuff like that. Mike Tyson has it's over the wrong eye, but has like a dark, like tattoo look like around one of the eyes. Um, and Jafar just has one little bit of black. And it's like Jafar from like the Disney movie, like the little, like in the Disney movie, he had the little goatee, the thin one. And yeah, that's how she got her name. And like I said, Jethro was like the jowls, and then the other one is the other male is Bandit. I haven't talked about him. And over one eye he has black and it looks like a band. And it's just on one eye though. But I call him Bandit. And their patterns have changed a bit, but the markings on the face haven't changed that much to say. But you see, Jethro was just like aggressive just now for no real apparent reason. You know what I mean? But I guess if you spend all your time in the same aquarium with somebody, you know what I mean? Like just like it's a roommate situation. You know what I mean? It's like get out of my face. You know, like it happens. So yeah, man, I'd like to thin out this Swasser tang in here and like put a wood or a rock or something coming out of the Swasser tang, a piece of hardscape. You know what I mean? I think that would be fun. Maybe remove this tiger valve from the front and put it towards the back in one of the corners and leave a space in the back corner so that the angels can have a little clearing away from view. They seem to like to be able to uh put me out of line of sight when I'm like messing around in the tanks and working with the tanks above them and stuff like that. They don't like me up against the glass. It irks them. But yeah, man, I just want to play in my tanks more and, you know, just get in the habit of doing that, get some momentum. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, hanging out, sharing space. I appreciate you guys. This is a wonderful spot to hang out. Late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning for me, for whatever it is for you, wherever you are. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next week, same time. Thanks.